Oh, you're back again, boys and girls. Good book, isn't it? I knew I'd draw you in. Up to chapter 11, The Plan. Wonder what they're up to this time, Gabs and Alfie. Let's find out. "You're late, son," called Dad from the living room as Alfie walked in the front door of the bungalow. "Oh, I was just at chess club," replied Alfie. Wasn't the smartest lie, as he barely knew how to play drafts, let alone chess. But he didn't want his father to worry. Then, entering the living room, Alfie saw that she was back. Winnie. Fussing over Dad's blanket. "Good news, young Alfred," she announced. "What's that?" said the boy. He was hoping Winnie was going to say she was moving abroad. "I've got an appointment with the dentist," she said proudly. Alfie shuddered. Goodness me. "Good news, isn't it, son?" said Dad. "I spoke to Miss Root on the phone this morning," said Winnie. "She told me she remembered meeting you at your school yesterday. Anyways, she said she was all booked up with patients, but as your teeth are so bad, she could squeeze you in tomorrow at 2. Oh, tomorrow was a Wednesday, and Alfie was, of course, meant to be at school in a double maths lesson, to be precise. The boy hated maths, but double maths, even triple maths, quadruple maths, or infinity, any of it would have been preferable than having to go to the dentist to have his teeth poked, prodded, or even pulled out, especially by that woman. Alfie loathed everything about maths, every single little bit of it. Times tables, equations, algebra. But those instruments of torture were far less painful than any dentist. "Thanks so much, Winnie," lied Alfie. "Well, how will you get there?" asked Dad. "Don't worry, I can easily get the bus there myself from school tomorrow afternoon." The town's bus service had a long-standing reputation for being unreliable. Of course, Alfie had no intention of going anywhere near the dentist. And with the bus service being what it was, he would have a long list of possible excuses as to why he didn't make his appointment. I waited and waited, but the bus never turned up. An oldie but a goodie. I got on the wrong bus, which was actually being used by a motorcycle display, and a team of them were jumping over it. A few good ones here. The fattest man in the world stepped onto the bus and it toppled over onto its side. Don't know if that could work. The bus was delayed for hours as it stopped at the zoo and a waddle of penguins tried to get on, but none of them had the right change and the driver became quite irate. Don't think that'd work to you, boys and girls? What about this one? A gang of bank robbers hijacked the bus and diverted it to Mexico. Yeah. The driver went the wrong way and the bus got stuck under a low bridge. A group of scientists then had to miniaturise it so they could get on its way. Of course, this took time, and as they had to invent the miniaturisation machine first. Oh, Alfie, that's not a very good one. Next door's dog ate the bus. This works for homework. Well, so I'm told. I don't think it'll work for this time, Alfie. Sorry. The bus was in fact a transformer, a robot in disguise. So the journey to the dentist was delayed as it fought with the other transformers for control of the universe. And there was some roadworks. The bus got a flat tyre, so we needed the world's strongest man to lift up the bus so the wheel could be changed. As none of the passengers knew who the world's strongest man was, we had to organise our own World's Strongest Man competition at the side of the road, and the series of challenges to determine the winner took several days. The bus was sucked into a space-time vortex, and I was propelled billions of years into the future to when aliens rule the earth. This one was only to be used as a very last resort. However, Winnie eyed the boy with suspicion. She had dealt with all sorts of difficult children in her many years as a social worker. The town was full of kids like Alfie who would lie and cheat their way out of having their nits or their earwax or their verrucas or their teeth seen to. Quick as a flash, she replied, No, Alfred, you don't have to get the bus. No, Alfie asked. No, I will take you there myself on my moped. Oh, thanks so much, Winnie, said Dad. All part of the service, Mr. Griffith. The social worker expounded on her plan. She would collect Alfie from school on her moped at 1:30 p.m. The journey was only 15 minutes, so there should be absolutely no chance he would be late. In fact, most likely he would be early. When they arrived at the dentist, Winnie would take him upstairs herself. That way, there'd be no opportunity for the boy to take an unscheduled detour to the local sweet shop. Next, as Miss Root poked and prodded Alfie's teeth, Winnie would wait and book the boy a follow-up appointment. Finally, she would drop him back off at school. He wouldn't even have to miss all of double maths. Poor Alfie. It was so well thought through. How could it fail? Alfie watched at the window as the social worker, looking like a giant tropical fish, chugged off down the road on her little red moped. The machine made rather stuttering tut-tut-tut-tut-tut sound as she motored away. Winnie was quite a menace on the road. She swerved around parked cars and leaped over a speed bump before bringing the moped up onto a wheelie as she disappeared out of view. Show you a picture, boys and girls. Quite the character, our Winnie. So, my pup, said Dad as father and son sat in the living room by candlelight later that night. The electricity company had cut them off years ago. Are you ready for tonight's adventure? Yeah, Dad, he replied dutifully. In truth, the boy really wasn't. Alfie had bigger things on his mind than going on some imaginary voyage. So close your eyes and believe, implored Dad. Alfie sighed and reluctantly half closed his eyes. While the other boys at school were watching movies in 3D or playing the latest computer games, he was forced to sit in the dark with his father. Let's believe we are old people in an old castle sitting around a huge, round wooden table. We're wearing heavy suits of armour. There are long swords by our sides. We are knights, and there are another 10 knights seated around us. It is the time of King Arthur, and we are 2 of the knights of the round table. Now, you take over, son. Alfie's mind had wandered. There was so much buzzing around in his brain right now. The terrifying goings-ons in the town that Gabs had uncovered, and the arrival of the busybody social worker, the dental appointment with the deeply creepy Miss Root. So although Alfie had heard what his father said, he hadn't listened. We're knights, right? So, I don't know. Dad opened his eyes and saw that Alfie's were open too now. What's the matter, son? Oh, nothing, Dad. Sorry, I just have a lot of schoolwork on at the moment. Got some big tests next term. The candlelight flickered in the dark, but there was enough light to see that Dad was upset. He reached out for his son's arm. Pup, you'd tell me if there was something wrong, wouldn't you? Oh, of course, said Alfie as he pulled his hand away. His mind was racing. There was no way he was going to go anywhere near that dental surgery. Alfie needed a counterplan. And fast. Boys and girls, that's it for today. Hope to see you again tomorrow for our next chapter in The Demon Dentist. Bye for now.